Hi, I'm Taylor Myers. I am a freshman at Spotswood High School and I am this year's Valley Region Sergeant at Arms. So today I'm going to be talking about a middle school competitive event. I'm going to be talking about challenging technology issues, and I'm just going to be sharing some tips and things I have learned from doing this event. I've done this event 3 times and it's definitely my favorite event in TSA. So if you do not already know what this event is, it is an event where 2 team members work together to create a debate style presentation, and it is basically where 2 people debate the pros and cons of a world issue. So I'm just going to kind of share some things that I would recommend that you do when you do this event and things that you should know. So I'm just going to get started. So the first thing that I would say, and this is really important, is to practice debating a lot. So this seems like something that's pretty simple, but a lot of people forget to do this. And practicing before the actual competition, practicing debating, that is really key if you want to do really well, because it'll make it easier on competition day. So that is definitely probably the number one thing that I would say that you should do, is to practice a lot. The second thing, this is also doesn't seem like it would be that important, but I think that it's really helpful. So before you go into the debating room, you'll have 15 minutes to brainstorm pros and cons and brainstorm ideas before you actually go. So I would recommend taking some index cards. I have some here. You probably know what they look like, but I would definitely recommend taking some of these, because it's a lot easier to write down on these than paper, and it's a lot easier when you're actually in the debating room to just flip through instead of holding a piece of paper up. I just think that's a lot easier. And some competitions, they do provide these, but sometimes they don't, and they provide paper, so I would recommend taking those. And yeah, so I have the rubric with me. I actually have it with me. And you can't see it, but I'm just gonna read a few things off of it. So the first thing would be, this is really important, is to have a good introduction and conclusion. If you don't, it can really take away some points. I've made that mistake before, and it's really costly to your score. So for your introduction and your conclusion, you want to make sure that you have the judge's attention, and for the introduction, that's kind of the first thing that you're going to do that's going to get the judge's attention, so that's really important. And for your conclusion, you just want to make sure that you still have the judge's attention and that you really summarize everything that you just debated about. So next would be topic knowledge. So this basically means that you really just want to make sure that you study all the topics you could possibly get. So I think there's 4 or 5 topics that you could possibly get. One will be chosen at random for you to debate about. So I would definitely recommend that you study all of the topics you could possibly get, because then you'll be really prepared. That's one of the number one things you can do to be prepared, is to study all the topics you could possibly get, so that when you're there, it doesn't matter what topic you get, because you're going to know all of them. So just a few other little things. You want to make sure that your ideas are really organized. You don't just want to have random things coming out. You want to stay on topic. You also want to make sure that you have really good voice, really good language. You want to make sure you have good grammar when you speak, professional grammar, not just like regular everyday talk. So those are really important things. So that's kind of everything that I'm seeing. Oh, you want to make sure that both people are speaking equally. You don't want one person to be speaking more than the other. So those are kind of everything I am seeing on the rubric. I mean, I would definitely go over this again before you compete, because there's other stuff on here. I pretty much went over everything, but I would go over this again before you actually compete. So that is pretty much all the tips that I have. This is a really good event if you want to get better at public speaking. If you are good at public speaking, any jobs in public speaking, this is a good event for. Also, if you're new to TSA, this is a good event because it's a little simpler. If you're not big into hands-on stuff, this is good because it's no hands-on, it's all verbal. So I actually started with this event when I joined TSA in 6th grade, and I really like this event. I think that it's a really good event for if you're starting, like I said. So I would definitely recommend this event to anybody, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I hope it helps you.